Hey everyone, Nifesayo here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be reacting to a movie. I actually wanted to make a review, but I realized that at this time that I'm making the video, a lot of people have seen it, spoilers everywhere. So I thought, why not just react to it? That way you might expect a little bit of spoiler, but I promise you, I will try to make this as spoiler free as possible. And that movie is Femi Adebayo's King of Thieves Agesinkole. Now, this movie was directed by Toyin Abraham Salami and Adebayo Tijani, co-produced actually by me, Akimolayon of Hantil's Production, and Femi Adebayo of Euphoria 360. But it is a Femi Adebayo movie, basically, right? Guys, I'm going to start reacting to this movie by saying that I want to imagine how much fun, in quotes, it would be directing the stellar cast that whoever the casting director of this movie put together. Honestly, the major thing for me when I'm watching a Nigerian movie is number one, cast. Number two is the storyline and the plot. And King of Thieves actually delivered on both ends. This movie is not just the typical indigenous, movie that you'd see in cinemas and like, why is this movie in a cinema? Why is it on a big screen? This is one that speaks actually to me. I actually teared a little when I was saying it. Honestly, I teared. I could feel the passion of the actors. It was more to me about betrayal, about, having things taken from you by people that you really trust, which is basically betrayal, and that really resonated with me. Now, I was talking about the cast members. It featured Ibrahim Yekini Itele, Ibrahim Chata, Toyin Abraham. Just mentioning them, you expect that this movie will be nice. Delivery actually will be good, even if the plot is stupid. You know that these guys will deliver their roles so passionately. Even if the storyline is drab, I'm like, why did you take the script? So yeah, Toyin Abraham featured in the movie, Odunlade Adekola, this man, Adedimeji Lateef, Femi Adebayo himself, Peju Ogumola, Adebayo Salami, Dele Odule. So it was a mix of the new school and the old school. We had veterans and legends in the industry, and we also have people who are keeping the Yoruba movie industry grounded now, and even those that have even crossed over, but majorly Yoruba movie actors that always bring their A games. I wouldn't feel second-hand embarrassment on behalf of any actor. Well, aside from Kunle Afod, but his lines were just such one-liners and relevant, so to say, that you can actually overlook it. Another thing in the movie that you might need to overlook is the fact that some of the scenes were a little bit too long. There were some scenes that honestly I feel like we could have just entered it from the middle of the conversation and would have a nice performance. It's about 2 hours long, but you're not going to know that time has actually gone by, except if you're really focused on the long lines. There were a lot of incantations. So I had to ask somebody, why are you not just shooting this person when they're incanting? And I was told that if someone starts incanting, especially in Yoruba culture, you have to listen to them first. They have to finish whatever they are saying. And if you want to respond also with incantation, so you can imagine how long the call and response was. There was call and response, but not in a cliche way that you would say in Yoruba movies. So actually you have to forgive them for that. And that's like the major things I would say are the things you might have to overlook. Now, there are some flaws. I wouldn't call them flaws. I would call them things that I think they can improve on. Right. But before I touch that, let me just, first talk about the things I really love about the movie. You can tell already, I love the casting. Guys brought A performances. Ibrahim Chata is one actor that I used to think brings too much into a movie. I feel like he kind of overdoes things, but he became advantageous in his role, in this movie. So I'm not going to even question that. Cast members were great. The storyline was not scattered, which is something that is not common with a Niyi Akimolayon movie. When Niyi Akimolayon makes a movie, you might want to expect the storyline to be a little bit, the plot, it's going to just take you here and take you there. I want to, give it to a Femi Adebayo effect, because at the end of the day, it was coincide. It actually did make a lot of sense, in my opinion. I would want to hear from you no more in the comment section, yeah? And something else I actually really love about the movie is the ending of this movie. I'll try to not spoil it, but like I said, I was seeing the movie, following the plot, the storyline, and I was like, okay, I hope Niyam Akimolayon effects does not come into it, and the ending makes a lot of sense, right? So I was not disappointed. Bear in mind, I got into the cinema hall about 20 something minutes after the movie started. Yeah, I know. So I don't have the full view, but I could still understand it. That is how progressive the storyline went. I could understand it. I still followed. I still felt every emotion. I mean, I literally said I teared up. I also would have really loved if the narrator, because yes, this is a movie where someone is narrating what happened, to a group of persons. I would have loved if it was not telling whiteys, if it was not telling, Americans, if it was telling, and it was not in a museum, if it was telling a tale by moonlight. Because the ending referred to the fact that that thief, that Ogundabide man, lives within them, right? Is human within them. So I would have loved if he was telling children in that community as an aged person or whatever. You know what I mean? So I feel like that would make a lot more sense. That would make a lot more sense. That's the only loophole in the plot that I've seen. Giving the final order that this man gave to them when he was leaving the community, he said he was going to be back. So I would have loved if it was living within them, and that would also make up for the fact that they didn't let us know if Ogundabide was a human reincarnated or a spirit being. It would have been lovely to know that, oh, he's a spirit, but he's living in human form. You get? That would have closed everything for me. Anyways, let me continue talking about the things that I like. The sound was great. CGI was fair. It was nice. It was an improvement from what you'd expect from a Yoruba movie or even a Nollywood movie in general. So the CGI effects was great. Cinematography was beautiful. Post-production was nice. This movie had a lot of paparazzi around it, and honestly, I feel like it's worth it. They did not disappoint. It's not a movie where you have a lot of, hype, like Chief Daddy told it to us. It was worth it. It was worth it at the end of the day. Anyways, guys, let's keep talking about King of Thieves. And I would want to talk about the flaws. I was going to say cons, but I don't think it's a con. It's more like something that people want to make movies like this in the industry might want to look out for and improve on, or subsequent Femi Adebayo movie production or something like that, and Euphoria 360 work, right? And that is going to be subtitling. I understand that, there was a lot of incanting, like I said, so incantations, and you really might not be able to translate in a proper way these incantations, but the subtitling was kind of vague. For a movie that is on the big screen and you're going to have various people, come see it, and it's a proper indigenous movie, right? I feel like they could put more effort in it, right? To make it more accommodating, for lack of a better word. Another thing is, like I said, the CGI effects. It was fair. It was an improvement. So I'm not going to, call it a flaw, but some transitioning could be done better. Not like I could do anything, right? But I mean, for what they are trying to project, I feel like it could be better. It's not a bad one at all. You can overlook it. You will still definitely still enjoy the movie with all of that. But yeah, a little bit of work here and there would be nice. But the costuming was nice. The makeup person did a good job. So you can overlook the fact that some effects were not proper. You get? Yes. In conclusion, guys, I have 3 major highlights in this movie. Spoiler alert! Remember I said that this movie, I felt the passion of the actors, right? I'm going to touch on 2 times that I really felt what was happening. So, number 1 will be when Odunlade's character, the king of Ajeromi, when he lost his son and he went to shame the witches of the land. The way he rode his horse to, to wherever these witches assemble, right? The way he he rode his horse, it literally felt like he was flying. He flew past, basically, right? And you could feel from that flying, I knew that this person was in a serious mission, you know. And he now panned on Odulade Ajikola's face, and I was like, oh yeah, I see now why he rode with such fury and urgency, because he just lost his son. And number 2 for me will be Ibrahim Yekini, that is Itele. When okay, there's no way I won't spoil this movie if I'm supposed to say this, right? So it's more like a narrated movie, and when he spoke with his friend Femi Adebayo's character, he was the one who actually witnessed the betrayal, right? He witnessed the betrayal, and his monologue when he wanted to go dig up Femi Adebayo, you know, it really touched me. It really touched me, and that was where I teared up. It was so, I could feel the pain, you know, knowing that this person that did this, they are within us, but it did not have the capacity to go confront them, you know, and so he just wanted to do right by his friend, and he met his own death. That was painful to watch. Enough reason to say you want to come and kill everybody. Honestly, it's enough reason. It's enough for you to say you want to reincarnate and come and kill everybody. Yeah, I don't, in my opinion. And finally, for me, the scene that I would say, the third scene that really got me was the ending. I mean, I keep talking about the ending because I didn't expect that. And everybody in the cinema hall, actually, when we saw that last beat, all screamed, wow, you know. The narrator was Segun Arinze, yeah, and he apparently, I don't even know how to explain it. Apparently, he is Ogundabede personified. I guess you call it personified. It's like, oh my goodness, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice. That kept me smiling. You know, it kept me smiling. Like, oh, I like what he did there. But like I said, I would rather if the narrator was telling a tales by moonlight, and if they let us know if Ogundabede was a human reincarnated or a spirit. But I feel like it's a human reincarnated in spirit form. So that makes up for it. That makes up for it. Guys, thank you for watching this video. This is my reaction to the movie King of Thieves by Femi Adebayo. Overall, I'll rate it a 7 out of 10. There is room for improvement, but what they've done is still, let me up that a little, 8 out of 10. There is room for improvement, but what they've done is still for an indigenous movie, and what we've been seeing in cinemas for indigenous movies, this is an 8. This scores really high in my book. They did a good job. They did a good job. This movie has grossed over 130 million naira, and this is the first movie in 2022 to actually make over 100 million naira in the cinema. So yes, for an indigenous movie, stellar performance. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.